I'm Miss Dotson, and I'm the principal of Madden High School. Today is World War I Day, and I'm going to be giving you a quick tour of a few classrooms to see what they have to say about World War I. First off is Miss Staley's classroom. She's going to be telling us and showing us the causes of World War I.
Alright class, I'm Miss Staley, nice to meet you. And today we're going to be learning about World War I and the causes of World War I. This war happened between 1914 and 1918. So what happened was, one of the reasons why World War I was a thing was because of the alliance system. Now there was two sides of the alliance system, the Triple Alliance and the Entente Alliance. On the Triple Alliance side, it was Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. On the Entente side, it was UK, Russia, and France. One day, Italy decided that it wasn't looking so good on the central side, so they decided to go into the Entente side. So now, instead of just having Italy on the triple side, it was now Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Turkey. Another cause for World War I was probably imperialism, which was when the countries were fighting against each other to get raw materials between Asia and Africa. Another reason also is because of materialism. Materialism is when the European countries tried to build up their military systems, especially their navy, to make sure they were the strongest and most powerful country to fight each other. And one more reason is because of the assassination of the Archduke of Austria-Hungary. He died by a man named Gavrilo Princip, who shot him, and they blamed Syria for it. Now, let me show you a video to sum it up everything that we've got. So these are some of the causes of World War I. Number one would be the assassination of Ferdinand Magellan and his wife Sophie. So who was involved was the Archduke Ferdinand Magellan, and why? Because a man named Gavrilo Princip wanted to free his people because they were stuck under something from Austria-Hungary. So the Archduke and his wife were riding through the street one day, and Gavrilo Princip took the chance from a store, and he got his gun. He went boom, 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 and he killed the Archduke and his wife himself. When this happened on Sunday on June 1914, where? In Bosnia City. Number two is militarism. So basically, it's who was involved, was the cause, and what it is. So who was involved was Germany, France, Russia, and Great Britain. What was the cause? The European countries want to become and have the strongest military. What is it? Militarism is basically the belief that a government should have a very strong military. So basically, those are some of the reasons that caused World War I to
Come in. Miss Dixon, it seems like you're late.
Sorry about that.
Alright, does anybody have any questions before your next class?
Were there any weapons used in World War I?
Duh!
Well, you see, Miss Luther and Mr. Hall are talking about that in the next class. So, you guys should go.
Duh!
Mr. Hall, what are we learning about today?
Some of the weapons of World War I.
What were some of the weapons of World War I?
Some of the weapons of World War I was the Springfield, 1903, which it was used by the Americans infantry and against the Central Powers like Germany, Italy, Japan, and the Ottoman Empire, which is that weapon right there. And then another weapon that the Americans used against the Central Powers if they ran out of any ammo and the Central Powers got close up to them in their trenches was in 1911, which is this weapon right here. And another weapon that the British used to keep back the Central Powers such as Germany, Italy, and the Ottoman Empire was the Lewis gun, and it was very powerful in the trenches. And some of the battles were...
Well, there were many battles in World War I that took place. The first major battle that was probably the longest was the Battle of Verdun. This is where Germany came into France to invade them to try to weaken Britain's army because they were allies, and they thought if they did that, then they would have more of a help in the war. There was over 750,000 people who all died in that war. Another one was the Battle of Somme, that the British came and tried to take some pressure off the France's army in Verdun. So yeah, any questions?
Was Russia in the war at all?
Yeah, Russia went to war with Germany to try to help aid France's army in the Battle of Tannenberg. Okay, any more?
Was the U.S. in any?
Yeah, the U.S. was in the Battle of Cantington, where the French and British needed help, and they came to help for them. Okay.
How many people total died?
Near 18 to 22 million people died in this war. Okay, now we're going to go to Miss Dixon's room to learn about the Allies and alliances in World War I.
That's not okay.
Okay, class, settle down. Today we're going to be talking about the alliances and the allies of World War I. So what were some of the allies and alliances of World War I? Well, there were two major Central Powers. There were the Triple Entente, who consisted of Great Britain, France, and Russia. And there was the Triple Alliance, who consisted of Germany, Italy, and Austria-Hungary. Give me 1 second. I can do this. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. The U.S. got involved into the war and sided with Great Britain, France, and Russia. Well, they got involved into the war because Germany sent Mexico the Zimmerman letter and told them they should go to war with the United States. And they also sunk at the end of the war, the Treaty of Versailles was signed by Germany, giving them a limited army and many more consequences. But it also left the United States into a Great Depression. These are some pictures of the alliances and the allies. Pass them around. I learned about the causes of World War I and how it became a thing. And also, I learned about how the alliances were fighting over each other, and that is one of the main reasons how it started in the first place. One other thing I also learned was that there was a lot of new weapons and technology that was also brought into the war, and there was many battles that were included in it.
I've learned a lot about World War I, and some of those things are the different weapons that were used in them from the trench warfare, and different causes on why the war became the Great War that it's called. I've also learned a lot by the different battles that lasted like a really long time and the reasoning behind each and one of the battles. And I also learned that America went into the Great Depression after it from trying to pay for the war during the war.
So I learned in World War I that it was mainly fought in trench warfare. There was aerial battles, that there was the triplane, the biplane, there was a hot air balloon. That's about it, really.
World War I was called the Great War. It lasted years, and it was a lot more difficult than most people would have expected it to be. Britain, France, and Russia, known as the Triple Entente, were against Germany, Italy, and Austria-Hungary, known as the Triple Alliance. There were many battles during the Great War, and most of them lasted months. There were also trenches the troops fought from, and they used deadly gases to kill. At the end of the war, there was a Great Depression in America from spending all the money on the war. That's what I learned.
Hey, my phone!
Will we help you, please? Today we will be talking about the Matthew, I swear to God.
Next time you do it, just like
Okay, here we go.
give his finger in it.
Did you say put his finger in his mouth?
Okay, here we go. Y'all.
Sesame seed.
I heard you said
Shut up, you greasy boy. Okay.
Oh.
Shut up.
Stop looking at me. Stop.
What are you talking about?
I'm whispering.
Gettysburg, and today I'm gonna cry.